All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race number one, the top 10 inverted. McRecken and Vern Spring have the front row. Chance Maderick, Ryan McDaniel in the second row. Zane Bierman and Andrew Thornton on the third row. Scott Snodgrass and John Barry on the fourth row. Edmund Jones, Kendrick Cryer rounding out your top 10. Brian Hewitt starting in 11th. Ed Sr. starts 12th. It was talked about between the races that with Ed Sr. finally getting that first Jones BS Racing win, tonight could be the start of his win streak. You heard him say after the figure 8 win, he really loves this track. It'll be interesting to see how he does out here coming from the back for race number one. We saw a lot of bumping and banging here during practice, a lot of doors slamming together. I think we're going to see some interesting battling here tonight. All the drivers are rolling. McRecken and Ed Sr. did not make the grid. That'll move Chance Maderick up to the inside at the front. Chance getting those tires warmed up and cleaned off. Here we go. Pace car is in. Down through 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. They are away at Slinger. Chance Maderick jumps out to an early lead. Looks like that high line is not where you want to be. Ryan McDaniel manages to hold on to fourth, barely. Brian Hewitt back behind in 10th, and trying to close up the gap. Meanwhile, Vern Spring still holds on to second. Zane Bierman in third. Ryan in fourth. Andrew Thornton in fifth. Everybody pretty much single file for the moment. Kendrick Cryer has moved up 3 spots already into 10th. Ryan McDaniel currently holding off Andrew Thornton as they battle for fourth. Andrew now down to the bottom. Meanwhile, Vern Spring goes up high. Zane Bierman is by. Caution is out. John Barry is off track. Our first caution of the night, lap 7. Oh, Scott Snodgrass got down to the apron just a little bit, but coming up out of the turn, gets together and sends Barry to the infield. While they're under caution, we are making a quick adjustment here. So Chance Maderick still holds the lead Kendrick Cryer is up 3 spots already on the move. Lights are out on the pace car. They stack back up side by side. Green flag back in the air. And Chance out of the cannon once again. There is a lot of bumping in the top 5. Vern Spring is around with Ryan McDaniel. Caution. Let's take a look at what happened off the restart. Down into turn 1. Looks like Ryan gets a better drive in when Vern checks up. They get together. Vern goes around, but the low speed prevented any significant damage. Ryan McDaniel does takes ownership of the caution, has dropped to the tail end of the field. Stack back up, ready to go. Chance Maderick in control. Green flag back in the air. They are away. Chance gets another amazing restart here. A lot of banging. It looks like Scott Snodgrass had a problem through 1 and 2. And a lot of drivers getting that wall out of turn 4. We talked about how different this track is at both ends and on both straightaways. The drivers really having a tough time getting off turn 4 without getting into the wall. Off turn 2, they are fighting a loose handling race car as Andrew Thornton goes underneath Zane Bierman to take second, and Kendrick Cryer follows in caution. Third caution of the night, lap 20, Scott Snodgrass and John Barry both involved. John on the high side, Scott on the bottom, out of turn 4, down into 1. Scott just comes up and, oh! What a hit, but he sticks the landing. John Barry and Scott Snodgrass both have gone to pit road for repairs. Looks like Zane Bierman has also gone in. Chance Maderick still in the lead. He has been in control since the drop of the green here. And remember, it will, going into that second 60 lap feature, it will be a full field invert. Andrew Thornton out to second, Kendrick Cryer into third, Edmund Jones up to fourth, Vern Spring in fifth, Ryan McDaniel back up to sixth. Brian Hewitt in seventh, John Barry in eighth, Zane Bierman and Scott Snodgrass round out the field. Green flag back in the air. Chance gets another great launch. Kendrick battling underneath Andrew Thornton, trying to take second place. Lurking right behind is Edmund Jones. Vern Spring, Ryan McDaniel right behind as well. Andrew Thornton drifting back. And Kendrick Cryer now to second place. Oh, Edmund is hard into the wall. Caution is out. Edmund Jones, Ryan McDaniel involved lap 29. Looks like Edmund gets loose. Everybody stacks up behind him, and Edmund ends up going up the wall. Ryan McDaniel coming out of the turn just has nowhere to go and gets underneath Vern Spring yet again. Brian did tell me the other day he is back running officials trying to turn his luck around. It has not happened yet. Ryan is on pit road for repairs, as is Vern Spring. John Barry now up into 5th despite being 1 lap down. Chance Maddox still controls it, but now has to deal with Kendrick Cryer on the outside as the pace car finally catches up. Pace car back in. Chance is in control once again. And a delay on the restart. Vern Spring is stopped down on the apron. Not sure what happened. Looks like there may have been a scoring issue. Here we go, back to green. Chance gets another great shot. Kendrick has no answer. Hewitt now battling with Edmund. Edmund clears into 3rd. Zane Bierman on the attack in 5th. He is a lap down, but trying to unlap himself. Caution, Andrew Thornton off track. Andrew down on the bottom as they go off into turn 1. Ryan McDaniel has to check up big time when Zane comes across his nose. Andrew Thornton had nowhere to go. John Barry is getting the wave around. He will be back on the lead lap in 5th. And Chance Maddox still in control. Not only is this Jones BS Racing's first time at Slinger, this is our first broadcast at Slinger and loving the action so far. Lights go out, pace car goes in, Chance Maddox in control. Green flag waves, they are away. Chance clears once again. Kendrick to the bumper out of 2. There is a big, big bump as they come out of turn 2 that is really upsetting the cars here tonight. John Berry now back on the lead lap, trying to fight his way through traffic to get back up into the fight. Kendrick now trying to make a move on the high side for the lead. Oh, Kendrick kisses the wall. Chance Madrick is not making it easy. Now Andrew Thornton closing the gap. John Berry might be able to get through some traffic here. Caution. Zane Bierman and Edmund Jones involved. Zane on the bottom, Edmund up top, through 3 and 4, and oh, Edmund gets into the wall. Zane has nowhere to go. Vern even catches a bit of it. Scott Snodgrass now receives the waiver, and he will be back on the lead lap, putting 6 cars back on the lead lap here at Slinger. Brian Hewitt was starting to make up some ground right before that caution came out. Does he have something for Andrew Thornton here tonight? Also worth noting, we've seen drivers go to pit road, get repairs. Zane Bierman, Edmund Jones both on pit road. The drivers do not have tire changes available here tonight. They have to run the tires they started the session on. And going into race 2, it will be a full field invert as the pace car hops in. Down through 3 and 4, Barney has the green flag and drops it there, back underway. John Berry just shown out. Brian Hewitt gets into him. Caution is back out. Berry made a power move on the restart. Let's take a look at that incident. There's John Berry down underneath, takes position from Brian Hewitt. Hewitt gets on the gas coming out of the corner, gets into Berry's bumper and sends him around. Vern Spring got one of his laps back this time. Still holding on to 7th, Ryan McDaniel in 8th, Bierman in 9th, Edmund Jones still on pit road. And they will restart. Looks like we may see a green-white checkered here. Lights are out. We will get 2. They will go green with 2 to go. Can Chance Madrick, who has led every lap here tonight, hold off Kendrick for one more time around? Green flag back in the air. Chance takes the lead out of 4. Kendrick quickly drops down. Andrew in 3rd. Hewitt gets a big run out of turn 2. White flag in the air as Kendrick makes a move on the high side. Kendrick Cryer takes the lead, and on the final lap, Kendrick Cryer pulls off the win. Andrew Thornton coming home in 2nd. Chance Madrick finishing third. Let's see if we can get a word with our top three, starting with Chance Madrick. Chance, you led every single lap but the last one.
Yep.
Man, that was one heck of a battle you guys had going on, and you had the restarts down perfectly. Just couldn't hold him off on that last one.
Yeah, I got into one a little too hot and pinched it down too hard, and he got me on the high side. I could have had second, but the rear tires got lifted up in the middle of 3 and 4, and I really couldn't get on it when I wanted to.
Well, man, you still had a great run tonight. Obviously, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this second race.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm always good at the small tracks. Not very good at the big tracks.
Well, man, it definitely showed tonight. Great job, buddy.
Thank you.
Andrew Thornton comes home in second. Andrew, I don't even know what to say about that race. You were just struggled throughout it, held on in the top 5, and then a miracle on that last lap gets you up into second.
Yeah, I'll take luck over being good any day.
It was quite a battle going on up there, and honestly, you got stuck out on the high side, and that high side was not working up until the end of that race, and then you and Kendrick were able to capitalize on finding some grip up there.
Kendrick's just a wizard with these late models, and like a fat chick at prom, I'm just happy to be here.
Well, buddy, great job, a great finish tonight. Congratulations.
Yep, I want to thank Doug Burns for the amazing Move-mobile ride we got here.
Go away, Andrew.
Love you, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Kendrick Cryer. Kendrick, man, I don't know how you made it work on the high side. Everybody that went to the high side so far tonight just went backwards.
Yeah, there's a lot of grip on the outside in 1 and 2, so I knew Chance was blocking the bottom coming off, so I knew I could probably get a run, get to his outside out of 2, and made it stick in 3 and 4. 3 and 4, it's a little bit better on the bottom, but I made it stick out there, and then I knew 1 and 2 had been pretty strong for me out there, and I made it work.
You definitely did, but now you, with a full field invert, you're going to have to come from the back, which you've already done once tonight, realistically. You started in 10th to come with the win. Can you make that high side work to make your way back to the front in race 2?
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
Well, man, that was an awesome run to the front, an awesome battle, and a great win. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, Kendrick Cryer pulls off the win, and now it's just a matter... John, I'll pass. Now it's just a little bit of warm-up left to go. The drivers will get back out on track, get a last few seconds of practice here, and we're going to go racing once again here at Slinger. Another 60-lap feature, but the field will invert. So some of those guys like Edmund Jones who ended the race on pit road, and they're now going to have to fight from the back. And it's likely that Edmund Jones will be starting from the front. Zane Bierman, another one who will get the benefit of the full field invert here. A little chaos. They're out of turn 4. This track has put on one heck of a show tonight. Ryan McDaniel not having a lot of luck tonight. John, I am not going to torture the viewers with looking at the back of the 31 car tonight. And I feel bad for John Barry having to look at the back of Andrew Thornton's car throughout the race. And there you see the exit of turn 4 and the exit of pit road. Ryan McDaniel almost got some of the safety workers. Vern Spring, John Barry, Kendrick Cryer have not taken to the track in warm-up. Looks like Kendrick may be coming out now. Brian Hewitt at points during that race started to make some moves toward the front. Then a caution would come out if we get another long green flag run late in the race, like we did early in that first race. Could Hewitt come alive and charge through this field? John, you could always just run into it. That's what I recommend. If you see the 31 in front of you and he goes off into a turn, just don't touch the brakes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race 2 from Slinger. Ed Sr. and McRecken, if they take to the grid, will be on the front row. Edmund Jones, Zane Bierman right behind him. Ryan McDaniel and Vern Spring on the third row. John Barry, Scott Snodgrass on the fourth. Brian Hewitt and Chance Maderick round out your top 10. Andrew Thornton and Kendrick Cryer round out the 12-car field here at Slinger. And as of right now, it does not look like Kyle Martin and McRecken will grid. McRecken and Ed Sr. not taking the grid here tonight. Edmund Jones and Zane Bierman will have the front row. Kendrick Cryer will be starting from 10th once again. He came from the back in the first race. Can he do it again? Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are away in race number 2 at Slinger. Bierman up on the high side, gets a big run out of turn 2, but can't get enough into 3. He had a bit of a run. Meanwhile, Vern Spring up on the high side, trying to make some moves. McDaniel gets loose on the bottom, but saves it. Now Vern is loose. Now Ryan is in the infield. Big wreck. Caution is out. And a lot of cars caught up in that one. There's Vern going off into 3, just snaps loose. Ryan nowhere to go. The stack up behind. John Barry and Andrew Thornton catch a piece of it. Edmund Jones still holds the lead. Zane in second. Chance Maderick cuts through a lot of traffic. Moves up into third. Brian Hewitt fourth. Kendrick Cryer already up into fifth. Lights are out. Pace car drops in. Edmund in control. Green flag back in the air. Chance Maderick already underneath Zane Bierman for second. Kendrick right behind on the attack. Hewitt is around. No caution, but Hewitt goes all the way back to 10th. Brian Hewitt there on the high side, going off into turn 3. Looks like he might have got a bump from Scott. Vern just happens to be there and able to straighten him out. And Brian Hewitt has had another problem, is back on pit road. Down into 1 and 2, and it looks like Hewitt's car may have taken some damage from that earlier incident. Scott Snodgrass also has a problem. Oh, out of turn 4, just gets a bump from Andrew Thornton. Goes rallycross driving, but saves it. Caution! Second caution of the night, or of race 2 rather. Looks like Andrew Thornton, Brian Hewitt, and Vern Spring all involved. Let's take a look. Oh, Hewitt bounces off the wall, gets into Thornton. Thornton goes to the infield. Vern Spring just gets by Hewitt, and they were trying to avoid the pace car and get into each other. We saw that long green flag run early in race number 1, but race 2 has been rougher. Edmund Jones still has the lead. Chance in second. Kendrick in third. John Barry in fourth. Ryan McDaniel back up into fifth. They stack back up for the restart. And green flag is back in the air. Edmund not able to get the same restarts we saw to Chance Maderick in race 1. Now Chance has found a way by on the high side. He found some of that grip that Kendrick was using. Couldn't complete the pass. Now Kendrick lurking back in third, and look who's in fourth, John Barry. Scott Snodgrass bounced off the wall in 4, but is still holding on to it. John Barry has gotten past Andrew Thornton, no longer has to look at his back bumper. Zane Bierman still on track, but no longer on the lead lap. Brian Hewitt is still on pit road. Edmund Jones in the lead. Kendrick Cryer went all the way to the apron to get underneath Maderick. A little door bang out of turn 2. Chance sends it into 1 and 2, and wow, what a battle between these two. John Barry lurking right behind, waiting for an opportunity. As Kendrick gets by, Barry gets underneath Maderick. They touch, but Maderick saves it. What a save by Chance Maderick. Andrew Thornton lurking in 5th. Ryan McDaniel not far behind in 6th. Scott Snodgrass in 7th. Vern Spring holding on to 8th. Zane Bierman currently in 9th. And while they were battling back behind, Edmund Jones has opened up a 1.1 second lead, but Kendrick is starting to close in. John Barry has had a problem back behind. And caution is out lap 33. Edmund did not want to see that caution. Kendrick Cryer has gone to pit road. He has gotten some damage. John Barry looking underneath Chance Maderick again, just pushes up a little, bounces off and gets loose. Oh, and Kendrick Cryer comes around. Nowhere to go. Vern Spring has also gone into pit road. Vern had made his way up into 4th. He is going to lose some ground here. Edmund still holds the lead. Now Andrew in 2nd. Ryan McDaniel has made his way up to 3rd. Zane Bierman now back on the lead lap in 4th. Kendrick Cryer now showing a lap down in 5th as here we go. Green flag back in the air. Edmund clears Andrew into turn 2, and oh, it's getting bumpy as Ryan McDaniel and Chance Maderick battle. Ryan currently in 3rd place. Chance and Kendrick trying to get back to the lead lap. Kendrick goes back to the high side. A lot of cars going by Ryan. He seems to have a problem. Edmund, meanwhile, out front. Andrew right behind. Ryan McDaniel still holds on to 3rd, trying to find a rhythm out there. Zane Bierman holds on to 4th. Kendrick Cryer in 5th, trying to fight his way forward and reclaim one of his laps. 17 laps to go. He is going to have to do a lot of fighting here. Meanwhile, Edmund Jones is pulling a bit of a gap on Andrew Thornton now, 1.3 seconds. Ryan McDaniel 5 seconds behind the leader. But he's got a 2.5 second gap on fourth place Zane Bierman. Kendrick Cryer is just 6 seconds behind Zane and closing in. Caution is back out. John Barry involved. John Barry battling with Scott Snodgrass. Gets underneath and Scott just gets loose, comes down the track and hooks into Barry. Zane Bierman, who was in fifth, has gone to pit road. Kendrick Cryer has gotten waved back to the lead lap, will now be in fourth, and Andrew Thornton is on pit road. Big shakeups in the top five. Now Edmund still in the lead. Ryan McDaniel moves to second. Kendrick Cryer in third. Andrew Thornton on his way back out in fourth. Vern Spring now in fifth. Kendrick Cryer is back on the lead lap. Currently scored in third, but he has got a lot of traffic to come through. Pace car is in. Edmund in control. Ryan on the high side. Green flag in the air. 7 to go at the line. Oh, big wreck underneath the leaders. Edmund and Ryan clear traffic. Caution is out. Chance Maddock, Vern Spring, both involved in this one. Oh, looks like Scott just gets into the back of Chance. Vern has nowhere to go. Vern had an amazing season and his luck had really turned around, but tonight Lady Luck has not been on Vern's side. However, he still holds on to fifth place at the moment. Edmund still has the lead. Ryan McDaniel in second. Andrew Thornton moves up to third. Kendrick Cryer now back into fourth. 4 cars on the lead lap. And we will get a green-white checkered finish. Edmund in control of the restart. Pace car is in. Edmund barely leaving Ryan room. Green flag is in the air. They're away. Out of turn 2, Kendrick gets the wall. Looked like Ryan may have gotten a little loose, but holds on to it. White flag is in the air. Edmund has the lead out of turn 2. Andrew Thornton in second. And Edmund Jones will win the second race tonight at Slinger. Andrew Thornton comes home in second yet again. Kendrick Cryer holds on for third, and Ryan McDaniel finishes fourth. Did he just break the bad luck streak here tonight? Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Kendrick Cryer. Kendrick, that was definitely a wild one, and you really had to fight for that one.
Yeah, I did. I got caught a lap down because I got a wreck, and I got back on the lead lap and salvaged what I could out of it.
Well, a podium finish after the wreck, the repairs, everything you went through. That was a great finish.
Thank you.
Great job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Andrew Thornton comes home in second again. Andrew, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, but I know you got to be happy with 2 podiums tonight.
2 second places at that, and I didn't have to move anybody for this one.
This is true. You just managed to hold on. If that thing had stayed green longer, would you have had a shot at Edmund?
Oh, probably not. I mean, the closest I was going to get to his back bumper was probably about now.
Well, it was still a great night overall. 2 podium finishes. Congratulations, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Edmund Jones. Edmund, you had to have breathed a sigh of relief when Kendrick got a lap down, but man, he fought his way back. How nervous were you at the end?
You know, I when it comes to racing Kendrick, which I've done so much over the last 2 years, whether it be XCal, JBSRL officials, it's one of those that if I'm going to win, I want to beat the best, and he is arguably the best driver in JBSRL, and I was looking forward to the battle. It sucks seeing him get taken out like that, but, you know, to be able to come up here and get a win. This is my first win in VR. And this track, I know my dad talked about it during the figure 8 race, but this track is special to me. It is so close to mine and Senior's home track. You know, being in VR, it feels like I'm home, especially here. And this has quickly become my favorite track on iRacing. And it's going to be on the schedule again in JBSRL, and hopefully we can come out here and I can battle Kendrick. And I really want to see a heads-up battle and who's going to take it home. And sucks I didn't get that tonight. It was a great battling with, you know, Andrew and even Kendrick when he got back up there. But truthfully, I don't think anyone had anything for me besides Kendrick in this second race. And I was looking forward to it.
Oh, man, it was a great fight, a dominant win here tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Doug. You have a wonderful night, man.
Edmund Jones pulls off the win in race number 2. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night. We will have that big money CRX race. So if you want to get in on it, we posted it on Facebook. We'll remind you again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.